GearNetwork.com.
This is a Gear Network production.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Gear Network presents the Not Just Football Talk Weekly Podcast with John Cimino and Brandon Gorell. And now, here's John.
Coming to you live, ladies and gentlemen, from the outskirts, the suburbs of Rochester, New York.
Oh.
Yes, here we are once again. Here we be on the Not Just Football Talk Weekly Podcast. How's it going, everybody? My name is John Cimino, at the JC Money on the Twitter, and sitting across from me, throwing his hands up because somebody just scored a goal.
Oh, yeah. Parenko for the St. Louis Blues. I'm in a relationship with the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Uh-huh.
From now until, the beginning of June. I'm just hockey.
That's fine.
So it's going to be tough to do this podcast in football.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sniffles McGee over here.
Hey,
Brandon Girl.
Hey,
hello.
Allergies. I heart pollen.
Tis the season. As always, we are sponsored by... Oh, there goes the salt shaker.
I was going to say, if this was tomorrow, we could have totally gone out and sat on the back deck and done the podcast.
Probably could have.
Really good sized table out there. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Might have to break that out one of these times here in the summer.
Yeah, I agree.
Do it poolside over at the Gear Network Studios too, brother.
Yeah. Or hot tub side. I'm gonna get that fixed this year.
There we go.
Yep.
All right. We are here. We are not. We are talking.
Well, one of us isn't. I'm not gonna say which one.
I will toasty that. Believe me,
John.
It's a PC world.
No, it's not.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's right. It's Trump's America.
Yeah.
But anyways,
say whatever the F you want.
Yeah, whatever. We've got some football to talk about, despite Brandon being Mr. Hockey right over here.
Yeah, I'll get into football.
Let's just dive into it a little bit real quickly. Brandon, your boy, Adrian Peterson. He has signed with the New Orleans Saints.
Why is he my boy?
Well, because he was a Viking for 10 years.
Yeah, he's not my boy.
I don't know. He's not
He
your boy.
beats his boy. That makes him even less my boy. I can't wait till that report comes out when we're 10 years, 15 years from now, when Adrian's sitting there in his rocking chair wearing his little golden Hall of Fame jacket and sitting on a rocking chair drinking some OJ, and all of a sudden his son comes up to him and goes, "This is for when I was little," and just shoots him right in the face.
Jesus Christ.
Goes all birdie style from above the rim.
Oh, no. Brandon, you know what?
Adrian Peterson's got the brown bandana on backwards like he's Tupac.
Brandon, you flipped the switch on this podcast already.
Hey-oo.
Mind the pun.
Switch.
Adrian Peterson told ESPN's Josina Anderson, if she's there still.
I don't know if she is. I think she was one of the ones that go.
Really?
Ned Howard was. Yeah, I think Josina Anderson.
We'll get to that later. All right, well, ESPN's former ESPN personality, Josina Anderson, that the 2-year deal was worth $7 million. He said that he agreed to 2017 compensation, all guaranteed at signing, of $3.5 million, and it will include a $1 million guaranteed salary in 2017. The maximum incentive package is $8.25 million, and whatever incentives are reached in 2017 get added to the per-game roster bonuses in 2018. But wait, there's more. The 2018 compensation, assuming that he's on the team then, is $3.5 million, none of which is guaranteed. But it does include a $2.4 million total roster bonuses, which is $750,000 roster bonus earned on the third day of free agency.
Coach, I made the rooster.
Plus $1.65 million in-game roster bonus, a $1.05 million salary, and a $50,000 workout bonus.
Oh.
Now that you have all of the specifics...
I work out 4 times a week. Nobody gave me $50,000 a bonus.
No.
I'd be happy with a $5 bonus.
I bet you would. Now let me ask you this, Brandon.
Yes.
Good move or bad move for New Orleans?
It's a good move because they stink anyways, and they're going to need to put some butts in the seats. They can't just rely on Drew Brees to do it all.
Right.
They got rid of one of their best wide receivers and just sent him over to New England to help them with their repeat and quest for world domination. But Yeah, I think it was really his only move. He had no moves left. Like, nobody wanted him.
No.
Green Bay didn't want him. They said, you're way too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots says, you're not a fit for us. Here we hug our kids. We don't beat them. We don't beat our kids here. Sorry. That's Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Bears didn't want him. The Vikings clearly didn't want him because they let him go. There's not a lot of teams that need running backs.
The Saints
CJ Spiller went away.
Saints kind of didn't really need a running back, though. I mean, Mark Ingram's not terrible.
He's not terrible, but he gets hurt a lot. So
that's a true story.
And last year I think he had some fumble problems too, didn't he? He was starting to get benched a little bit because he had some fumble problems.
Yeah, I think so.
But then they had CJ Spiller, and he quit, right?
He got let go, and then he signed with the Jets.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he retired for some reason.
Mm-mm.
I guess I was wrong. Anyways,
he still sucks though.
He still sucks. Yeah, so he really had nowhere else to go. His options were limited. I'm guessing his price was probably in the range he was looking for, and New Orleans has got so much cap space that they can afford it because they pretty much dumped their entire team, and they just have a bunch of bums on that team and Drew Brees.
Right.
So yeah, I think that he's a fit for them, because they know he's only going to be another year or two, possibly.
Right.
So while they work on this rebuild,
do you think
they're not going to tank because they're a smaller market team? They need the seats, they need the revenue, so they're going to try to do a little to make it at least look like they're winning or trying to win. So he helps, I guess.
Now, it's tough to say because he's coming back from torn ACL or something, some kind of leg injury.
Yeah, it was his knee.
So it was his knee. So he's, I think, 32.
He's 32. Yes,
32. So pretty much at the age where running backs expire.
Right.
Do you think that regardless of his age and his injury history and what he's coming back from, the fact that he's got somebody like Drew Brees that calling the shots there that might take a little bit away, and he could show signs of explosiveness still?
Well, I'm sure he has it. I'm sure he has it all there. I just don't think he's a feature back anymore, and he wants to be paid like one. And I think New Orleans was the only place he was going to get them with the cap space to be able to pay him like he's a feature back, but maybe not use him as a feature back.
All right.
He's gonna split carries, no doubt about it. And
so Mark Ingram, don't drop the ball.
Yeah, if he does, then you're gonna be riding the pines.
Yes,
because Peterson's gonna run like a truck, and then they're gonna be like, well, maybe we will use him.
Incidentally, the New Orleans Saints, Week 1 at Minnesota. So
it's so weird how that worked out this year because
amazing.
Seattle ended up with Lacey, and he's going to face the Packers the first week. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird how that happens sometimes.
Bills and Jets first week.
Cares? Yeah, pretty. Bills and Jets
it's
fans do?
It's going to be the one. No, this Jet fan doesn't give a shit.
You'll watch.
I'll watch, yes.
You'll be like, oh. And you'll get a win. You'll be like, oh, maybe we're not as bad as I thought we were going to be.
No.
And then week 2 will come around, and you're like, yeah, we're as bad as I thought we were going to be.
I will be mad because they will be, I truly feel that they are intentionally trying to tank to get something in the next draft. I don't know, but I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
They suck. Anyways, moving to Oakland.
Who?
And we're not talking about Oakland's move to Las Vegas. We're talking about beast mode.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch.
That's a big move.
A trade completed. Pending a physical, he will sign a 2-year deal worth a base of $9 million, but it's got a max value of $16.5 million per NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. The draft compensation pick that they do for the trade, it will be a swap of late-round picks in 2018. Seattle's going to get Oakland's 5th-round pick in exchange for Lynch and the Seahawks' 6th-round pick, according to the Raiders themselves. Yeah. Brandon, big move.
That's a huge move.
Big move
if
for
he
Oakland.
Can produce.
Now,
which I think he will.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
He's got a year rested up.
He's an Oakland boy. Hometown boy. That was the whole idea for him coming back.
Exactly.
Very, very, very smart move by Mark Davis making this happen because Oakland people are pissed at him.
Yeah.
Pissed at the Raiders. But now they'll come to at least see the hometown boy.
They're gonna anyways.
Come play for their team.
They will bitch and moan, and they'll hold nasty signs at the game because they'll be at the game. They're gonna act like they're not gonna watch the Raiders. They will watch the Raiders, especially since they're gonna be a good football team. I mean, that line is solid. So Marshawn Lynch is gonna be running behind that line. They got a good quarterback in David Carr. They got good wide receivers. They got a pretty strong developing defense with Khalil Mack in the middle. Raiders are going to be for real next year, and they made the steps last year, and if it wasn't for Carr's leg getting broken in pieces, they probably would have went deep in that playoff run. And they're one of the few teams that I can see giving New England a little hell on the way to their almost guaranteed next Super Bowl trip from the AFC.
Right, pretty much. Like the road will go to the AFC, representation of the Super Bowl next year is going to go through New England again. We're kind of used to it at now by this point, whereas there used to be in that whole entire New England run a Peyton Manning to combat Tom Brady. You don't have that anymore. David Carr and the Oakland Raiders look to be that team that are there. So it's going to be interesting to see. And then you add Marshawn Lynch to the equation and appointment television, I think, just in general. I mean, with Oakland.
Do you think he's going to have the same salty, surly attitude with the media that he did before he retired? Or is that just the Seattle's really dreary and...
No. I think
don't
that's.
Be here.
I think he wanted to make sure that there was a difference between football Marshawn Lynch and not football Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
And I think you'll get, I'm just here to practice or whatever, like that type of stuff. But the thing about Marshawn Lynch is that he's very funny, and he knows that doing that is going to appease his fans anyways. Mm-hmm. And then once the season's over, he's back to being funny Marshawn Lynch going into Houston, Scotland.
I think he just wants to win.
Oh yeah, he wants to win, but
win as a hometown team.
Did you see the video I shared earlier today? One of Marshawn Lynch saying over and over and over and over and over. Oh, I'll see if I can clip the audio there, but it's hysterical and it's typical Marshawn Lynch. But then there's another video that I saw. Immediately after that, Facebook jumped to the next video, and it was Marshawn Lynch. It was the week that the Super Bowl was in Houston. Marshawn Lynch ended up going to Houston, Scotland, and just going around handing out bags of Skittles and talking about the Super Bowl being in Houston, but it's not this Houston, right? Y'all know what the Super Bowl is? He's going around. It's the funniest freaking video. And it's just Marshawn being Marshawn. So I don't think we're going to get that happy, playful Marshawn on the field. He's a completely different beast. Right. Hence the name Beast Mode. So I'm very excited to and I'm very happy that he's coming back.
Thankfully, it's a good spot for him, too.
Thankfully, he's not coming back as a Patriot. So
or a Seahawk.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks.
I don't have that on the new computer yet.
I need that song, and that's it.
I'll get it.
Yeah, so good move.
Yes.
I think the Raiders are going to be really tough this year.
Speaking of moves, and Brandon, I have to apologize for this because especially in the past 2 weeks that we haven't had a podcast going on.
Cheers.
I really have not been focusing a ton on the draft, but you, the people, you, the listening audience that
all
are listening.
All I know about is diluted samples.
It is later today.
Yes.
And we are a mere few hours away from Cleveland, as you said off air, ruining some poor sap's life.
Yep. Some young
kid's future. Who will that poor sap be? Will it be, what's his name, Myles Garrett, or will it be Mitchell Trubisky? Those are the two names I keep hearing going to Cleveland.
Trubisky's sneaking in the back door right now, and he originally went as a possible destination for the Bears, and then the Bears went and spent absurd money on Mike Glennon, which is a Browns type of move. And apparently they got some Browns in that Bears organization. So I don't know. I don't know. Hugh Jackson really likes Garrett. I don't know. I think they're gonna go with a defense because I don't think that they're sold that any quarterback is in here is one that's going to turn around the franchise. There's no Andrew Luck. There's no Cam Newton.
No.
There's no Aaron Rodgers in this draft.
Patrick Mahomes has been turning some heads though at his pro day though.
Yeah, I mean, pro days are
pro days. I mean,
they're pro days.
Jamarcus Russell had a good pro day.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
so that doesn't mean anything. But
I'm sure Ryan Leaf did too.
Do you think that any of these quarterbacks, these quarterback names that they're talking about, the Deshaun Kaisers, Deshaun Watson, Mitchell Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, I mean, do you think that any of those guys are going to be household names, or are they going to be career backups?
I think a couple of those guys have potential if they get in the right fit.
Okay.
I think a Deshaun Kaiser can be. I think Deshaun Watson.
I'm intrigued by Watson.
Yeah, I think Watson has the tools. He's got to learn to make better reads because he did have turnover problems, but he has that clutch element to him. He had a lot of comebacks for Clemson this year, including the national title game against Alabama, who's, just pretty much like the Patriots of the college football landscape right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a good fit. Like, Cam Newton was a good talent when he came out. He ended up in Carolina. That was a pretty good fit for him. I think if he would have went to a franchise like a Buffalo or a Cleveland, I don't think Cam would be Cam right now. I think there are places where quarterbacks with talent and potential go to die. And I think that's what happens to these guys. And when those guys go in there and they get thrown right into the fire and they're not ready for it, if they don't have the head for it and the confidence for it, it takes a toll on them and then pretty much just sinks their career to being a backup.
I do think Cam Newton would have been okay in Buffalo because Carolina really was a worse place back then.
Yeah, but organizationally, I think Carolina is a better organization.
That is,
the Richardsons ran their franchise to win. Yeah, Ralph Wilson kind of ran it with the hopes of winning, but he didn't put the people in place to do it.
No, he didn't. So I mean, Cleveland, absolutely, I agree with you. Cam would have been RG3 by now.
I mean, Carolina had playoff trips and had good teams up until but just before that point. But that's what happens when you rebuild. You tank and then you pick somebody who can recover the franchise. That's why Buffalo's mired where they are because they keep miring in mediocrity. Just missing the playoffs by a game or 2 games every year, but having to pick in the 12th, 13th, 10th pick. They don't get a top 3. They don't get a top 3, though their hockey team tanked, and look what happened to them. They're on their 3rd coach already.
Hey, man. Jack Eichel was better than Connor McDavid.
Yeah, as we're all watching Connor McDavid in about an hour in the playoffs.
Sorry, Sabres.
Bringing Edmonton out of the garbage. Yeah, and led the league in scoring this year.
He's scary good.
He's good.
He is really good. I've watched him a few times.
It's not even a close competition. They were like, they're interchangeable. 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. You get one of the 2, your franchise is set.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Jack's a nice little player, but he is not Connor McDavid.
Nope, not in the least. So yeah. All right, and
it's
then,
like saying Line 8 is as good as Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews this year was head and shoulders better than any other rookie.
Yeah.
Line 8 was good, but he was not Austin Matthews good.
I would be remiss as we close the football portion if I did not
talk about hockey.
As we've been talking about hockey, yes.
Can't help it.
Talking about Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
And as we all know by now, if you didn't hear it, it's new to you. Aaron Hernandez offed himself in prison. And, you talk about a talent wasted.
Yeah.
But, I mean, from the talent aspect, yes, he had the talent. It was there. Had he made he was just a terrible human being.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to. It. He picked being a terrible human being over...
Yeah, that was his new profession.
Right. And it's not like he had and I'm trying my best to be reserved, a little reserved about this, because I had very, very, very strong feelings about this that were, I don't want to say harshly criticized on Twitter and Facebook, because
apparently they haven't followed you for like ever.
Well,
where everything was before. You know what saved Aaron Hernandez killing people? The Warriors blowing a 3-1 lead, because that was literally your response to everything for the longest time. That's was true. When people were arguing, you would go, Aaron Hernandez kills people, and then it stopped for a while because the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. The Indians blew a 3-1 lead. The Falcons blew a 28-3 lead. But then he says, oh, still forgot about me? Watch this. And then John, first thing in the morning, oh, Aaron Hernandez kills himself.
Sorry.
I knew it was coming, and I would have been disappointed if it didn't.
Well, you know what? That's the thing, is a funny story about that. I was taking my morning shower, all right? I get out of the shower, and no lie, I have 10 fucking text messages on my phone. It's 6 something in the morning. I have 10 text messages on my phone from 10 different people like, dude, where is it? I'm waiting for it. Dude. And then I see alert, Aaron Hernandez commits suicide. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he took the coward's way out on the way, by the way.
Pop on my Facebook. I see alerts tagging me like, where is it, John? Where is it, John? Okay, here you go. I go ahead and I commented, there it is, Big Pop. 10, 12 people like love or hate the status, whatever. But the thing is that,
I was not one of those text messages, by the way. I just waited for it patiently. I wasn't like, some petulant child who just needed to be entertained immediately. Yeah. I knew it would get there when it gets there. I'm patient.
Yes, I give into that stuff.
I have faith.
I'm very bad when it comes to those things. I just give into that type of stuff. But the criticism that I was receiving was that I wasn't sensitive enough to the situation.
Yeah, you know what? That's a bunch of horse shit. And I will tell you exactly why.
You go ahead and then I'll...
You know who else who had a daughter? Who had multiple daughters? Bin Laden had multiple daughters. Mm-hmm. Saddam Hussein had sons. We didn't have a problem when they got their asses handed to them. We had no problem with us going in and murdering those people. Gaddafi had children. We didn't care when he was being dragged through the streets and having broomsticks shoved up his ass as he's walking down, like basically hanging on to life. And we're all like, yeah, Gaddafi's dead. Aaron Hernandez is in prison because he played football before. All of a sudden, we're supposed to feel bad that, he offed himself and he has a daughter. Tough shit. He also chose to murder someone.
And that's the thing. That is the thing that...
So now your daughter can come visit you in a shithole.
It's a big, big difference there.
Yeah.
They were talking about, people who commit suicide are depressed and blah, 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 and we should be saying, you know what? And for those people, and I know people that have battled depression, and you know what? I'm not afraid, and I'm not afraid to admit it or share it. I am one of those people. I have battled depression for a very, very long time.
Right.
So, yes, that point I understand.
It was sympathetic with people who have that battle, and that people that if they have, that's their only way out.
Right.
You understand it, if they're bullied into it, if they're harassed into it, and their just life feels hopeless. Cool.
Aaron Hernandez brought everything on himself.
Right.
He was not raised in the streets.
Right.
He sought it out.
Right.
Okay. He wanted that. Right. He wanted that lifestyle. In his draft, before he was drafted, one of the big things that was mentioned about him was his mental stability.
Right.
And that's why he ended up going, I think, third round, I think.
Right.
He ended up going third round, and he went to the Patriots. And you know what? Belichick did what he could, but some people just are not quite there.
He didn't get into trouble until that incident.
No, he didn't. But here's the
thing. He went knucklehead.
He went knucklehead. He took the life, willingly took the life of somebody else, of another human being. And
who was not harming his daughter.
Right.
It wasn't self-defense.
Nothing.
It was an act of aggression.
Nothing. It was an act of aggression. He willingly took this guy's life. And then, to top it off, he takes the coward's way out. He offs himself.
He took the coward's way out.
He gets no sympathy from me. I am the person
I'm not buying any of these rumors either. No. I'm not going to listen to any of this horse shit. We had gay lovers, and he hung himself because he smoked some synthetic marijuana, and
that's a new one.
It's like, give me a fucking break. Yeah. The guy killed himself because he was a loon job and he was a coward.
And he was a fake tough guy. He was not getting out.
No, he was not going to get. He got off on that double murder charge on a technicality, but it didn't matter if he got off on that. He wasn't getting off on the other one.
Right.
The other one was he was busted.
Right. Right.
So clear as day.
So, typically when someone dies, I like to say safe home, but to Aaron Hernandez, I don't say safe home. Fuck you.
Enjoy games of backgammon with Hitler.
There you go. So, and then finally, moving from that to ESPN, cutting talent, as we talked about earlier, Josina Anderson, Carl Ravitch.
Josina Anderson looks like she's safe.
Oh, is she safe?
Yeah.
Ed Werder isn't.
Ed Werder is not. This guy, Jarrett Bell, said his tweet went out, "It's my birthday, and also the day I learned that my side gig, ESPN, has come to an end. Great experience, so many classy people to thank." He got canned.
Brett McMurphy.
Anchor Darren Hayes.
Jason Stark,
Josh Purcell, who's the ESPNU producer, Doug Glanville.
Trent Dilfer.
Well, Dilfer sucked.
Yes, he did.
He sucked.
Tom Ferry.
Yeah.
Jade McCarthy.
Jade McCarthy's hot.
She's hot. Will Leitch.
Yeah.
I think that's how you say it.
Dr. Jerry Lee Punch. Auto racing and college football.
Marisol Castro.
What I was disappointed in is they got rid of basically everyone from the hockey department except for Barry Melrose. They got rid of Scott Burnside, Pierre LeBrun, who are both solid hockey guys. Joe McDonald, who also is a great hockey writer. It's not official in this one where John Butcher-Gross is let go, but he has no renewed contract, which is up at the end of the summer. So
Jake
he'll
Crawford.
be an easy, Ashley Fox, another hottie.
Greg Ostendorf.
Yep. Len Elmore.
Chantel Jennings.
Kelvin Watkins.
Yep. Justin Verrier.
Jonette Howard.
Len Elmore. Jim Bowden.
Yeah.
Danny Cannell, which is
a radio guy.
Yes, but
Jason Stark really bothers me too.
That one, yes.
And Carl Ravitch.
Yes.
Doug Padilla, whatever. He's a Dodger guy. I don't care. Yeah. My hate still runs strong.
But you know what? That's just. I mean, it's just.
Jeanette Howard's gone, and
awful, just an awful lot of people. And you know what? I mean, again, it's kind of one of those things. We talked
Dottie
about it
Pepper.
Earlier. A lot of. It's a lot of things brought that on. Mainly, they can't justify the cost anymore between not being the only show in town and people cutting the cord and watching.
They can afford Stephen A.
Yeah, of course. They could afford Stephen A. And I wish I had.
These people lost their jobs because they're not as talented as me.
That's actually pretty
Don't
good.
come to me with that. Don't come to me with that.
You know what I need to do? Is I need to work on a Max Kellerman. And then we can do our own version of First Take.
Yeah.
And you could be Stephen A.
And then maybe we can make $3.5 million.
All you have, to be Stephen A. Smith, all you need to do is talk about how race factors into everything and guest star on General Hospital.
Yes. And the Cowboys are terrible.
Yes. And decide whether or not you're a Philadelphia Eagles or a New York Giants fan. Depending on. But I'm my Philadelphia Eagles. I love the Eagles. And I love the Giants. But I don't love Dallas. I don't know. Whatever. Nobody loves Dallas except for Lewis. But all right, that's it for the first half here. That's it for the first half here. We are going to take a commercial break, and we will be right back right after this. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to this podcast. If you're looking to support this podcast and this network, visit shopgear.com. That's shopgere.com. It will take you right to amazon.com, to your Amazon account, and you can do all of your Amazon shopping. The difference is using our link versus going to Amazon's link is that you are telling Amazon that Gear Network referred you, and they end up giving us a small percentage of your purchase, which helps out this program and this network entirely. And of course, if Amazon's not your thing, it's understandable. On gearnetwork.com, GERE network.com, if you click on the top bar,
that says donate to gear. There's several different PayPal buttons. You can donate to us as well if Amazon isn't your thing. Your support is vital to helping the Gear Network maintain this programming, this quality programming, and continuing our growth through the year. As always, thank you very much for your support and your listens and your downloads and your likes and your shares from all of us here at the Gear Radio Network.
Hey everyone, John Cimino here for Amazon Prime. If you've thought of signing up for Amazon but were afraid to pull the trigger on that because it's $99 for a year and it's one flat price, even though there's awesome benefits to it, I got great news for you. Amazon has now given you a variety of options to try Prime. First of all, you can either try Amazon Prime Video for $8.99 a month, which is cheaper than Netflix, and it also gives you unlimited movies and TV shows, including HD, Ultra HD, and HDR when available at no additional charge. You can try Amazon Prime Monthly for $10.99 a month, which is equivalent to Netflix, but in addition, you'll get free 2-day shipping, unlimited movies, TV, and music streaming, access to over 1 million ebooks, free unlimited photo storage, and free same-day delivery in eligible areas. Perhaps those drones? Maybe, maybe not sure. Or if you're old school like me, you pay $99 a year annually, and you get all the benefits of Prime Monthly, plus you can save 25% with prepayment discount added. It's an added feature for you yearly folks. Don't think they forgot about you. You can go ahead to GearNetwork.com. That's GERE Network.com. Click on our Amazon banner, our Amazon Prime banner, and we can hook you up with a free 30-day trial through us. This podcast does receive a special bonus if you sign up for Prime using us, and that's even if you don't keep it, but we think you will, because it's awesome, and if you shop Amazon frequently like I do, that free 2-day shipping is a lifesaver. As always, thank you for bookmarking and sharing our link at GearNetwork.com. And we're back. See that?
You didn't even know we were gone.
You're right. You
don't know how long we were gone.
We were gone for a while, man.
We could have started this on a Tuesday and picked it up on Wednesday.
We could have. And you're listening on a Thursday, I think. Depends.
It's trippy.
You should be.
It's like the longest podcast of your life. Or ours.
All right, so back to that Marshawn Lynch video I was telling you about.
Yes.
This clip comes from 60 Minutes.
You said this clip comes from 60
No,
Minutes?
I said clip.
Oh.
I said clip.
I was going to say, that's a myth.
Jesus Christ, Brandon. All right, this is Marshawn Lynch describing his play. So
that's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that.
Wow. I don't really want him to say that over and over again.
Oh, you missed the best part there. Hold on. You know what I need to do? I need to actually turn up the computer.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I'll make this amateur hour.
Let's try this again.
That's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again.
Here we go.
You're just not gonna want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a motherfucker face. Then you don't have to worry about him no more.
Oh, beast mode.
He's a true national treasure.
Welcome back to the NFL.
Oh man, you gotta love the guy. You just gotta love the guy. He's a national treasure. But all right, we are back, and you know what, Brandon? What the hell have you been doing the past couple of weeks since we haven't had a podcast? Might as well catch the people up on our happenings here because they care about us. I would like to think. But what's been going on with you, man?
NHL playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs. It's the best time of year. It's literally like Christmas for this guy here. Yeah, Pens just slapped the Columbus Blue Jackets around in the first round.
Yeah,
that was the one Eastern Conference matchup that I was most worried about.
Fuck you, Anaheim. Go ahead.
Yeah, they play tonight against Connor McDavid and the Oilers.
I hope the Oilers smack the shit out of them.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. It's going to be a good series. Yeah, I worried about Columbus because they always give us a hard time. Dubinsky usually rides all over Crosby and just frustrates him. But this is a different Pens team, and they just didn't, they tried that crap, and the Pens weren't biting.
Mm-hmm.
They're just way more disciplined under Coach Sullivan, and they kind of breezed through them. Even with Matt Murray going down in warm-ups in Game 1,
Mm-hmm.
it's great to have a future Hall of Famer as your backup goaltender. So, getting ready for round 2, and the other team I worried most about got swept by the Nashville Predators, because we just, for some reason, don't match up well against the Blackhawks. We always lose to them for some reason the last few years. Not in the playoffs, but like during the regular season, we just cannot beat them.
Right.
So those two teams are out.
Kind of like the Flames with the Ducks. We cannot beat them either.
Yeah, kind of like the Capitals with the Penguins.
Yes.
They're trying right now that, they're hoping third time's a charm that they're going to get past the Penguins.
Listen,
but
they almost didn't get past the Maple
Leafs. It's like seventh time's a charm, really, because for like 7 straight years, they have not gotten any further than the second round of the playoffs. So, I keep hearing all this, well, they're deep this year. They're not as deep as Pittsburgh is. And Pittsburgh's won, and Ovechkin and crew has not. Mm-hmm. So, when they keep saying, well, this is the matchup they wanted, they weren't focused on Toronto. They were focused on Pittsburgh.
That's the problem,
I'm like, they weren't focused on Pittsburgh. Toronto came at them, and they have trouble with that.
They shouldn't have even said that, because next week Toronto punched him in the face.
Yeah,
and got him like, whoa, wait a minute, and staggered him, and they almost beat him.
Well, this was the knock on Washington last year. Washington went in as the high, heavy favorite. They won the President's Trophy like they did this year. Weren't as dominant this year as they were last year. But what was exposed to them on them was Pittsburgh. Because Pittsburgh's system changed, where they are constantly coming at you with waves and speed. They're doing quick out-of-zone passes, and they're all of a sudden turning the tables and putting the pressure on you. Toronto did the same exact thing to them. But Toronto doesn't have the skill and the talent and the abilities that Pittsburgh does.
I think they are
building them, because Mike Babcock is the guy, and that's the guy that bowed out of Buffalo at the last minute and went to Toronto. How's that feel, Sabre fan? How's the coaching search going? Still looking?
Well, they have
Disco Dan.
Listen, they have their head coach and GM. His name is Jack Eichel.
Oh, yeah. No. Anyways.
At least for one more season.
Anyways. So, yeah, I think that's Washington's Achilles heel.
Become a Ranger.
Pittsburgh's going to come at him again, and Pittsburgh's on a full week's rest. And they're going to get Kunitz back tomorrow, and likely Hagelin this series, and Chad Ruedel.
It's going on during the draft,
the only
too.
guy they're not getting, I don't give a shit about the draft.
I'm flipping back and forth.
I'm not flipping anything. I'll be flipping off the Capitals if they score a goal, but that's the only flipping I'm doing. I'll check my alerts on my phone and keep an eye out, and first few picks, see who goes out, and then I'll see who Buffalo picks and laugh. And then I'll wait till Green Bay picks.
You'll hear about the Jets pick. You'll hear about the Jets pick from me, because I am probably not going to like it.
No, you can send that text. I'll pay attention to it. I'm just not changing over to watch the draft. I'm not going to change to watch the draft with, stupid analysts sitting there talking for hours and hours. So here you've either got ESPN and whoever jamokes they're going to dig out this year for it, because it's not going to be Chris Berman. It's not going to be Mike Tirico. It's not going to be Trent Dilfer, so it's probably going to be Steve Young stammering through something.
The Hasselbacks.
And there's going to be a bunch of bums on that squad. Or you switch to the NFL Network and you get to listen to Mike Mayock Jr. Everyone's the greatest player in the world. I don't want to listen to that jack off either.
Michael Irvin, too? You don't want to listen to him?
No.
I don't want to listen to Irv Dog go, he is a dog. He is a real dog.
This guy could wear a pair of ace on his chest. Oh, wait, hold up. That's my lawyer. I got split real quick.
The worst part that I will not tune in for is the overgrown, fat, overweight, underemployed, undernourished, under penis touched by anyone other than themselves in football jerseys, screaming and yelling in a seat in a theater when either a pick they approve of, and there's no consensus. There's never any consensus unless it's the number 1 overall pick and you're the Colts fans and you're going, yay, we got Andrew Luck. And after that, everyone's always like, boo, man. They shake their head and they're in the front of the camera with their face paint on. What are you face painting? There's not even a game going on. They're saying a name at a podium, and stupid Raj is going to go up there and give his big bro hug, and he's like, whispers in the air, "You're my bitch now." And he goes over and fucks everybody over. I'm not going to watch that show. That's a circus.
I got to tell you this. I part of me is bothered by the fact that we as Americans are so like football starved that no matter what, baseball just started.
Right.
You've got
NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs.
But what is everybody talking about,
NFL draft.
including us? That's a football centric podcast, but whatever.
It's our job to talk about it. Not doing it because I want to.
The NFL draft. And, I think the thing that bothers me the most, because I can go back, I go back, and you do as well, to the days that the NFL draft was held like in a small little convention center kind of thing where, it was the television cameras and the owners and whomever, and they were kind of just calling off the draft, and that's it. It wasn't really a big deal, so to speak. And now they're talking about touring. They're taking it different places. They had it in Chicago for a couple of years. They had it in New York for several years. Now they got it in Philadelphia, and they're talking about Dallas next year. And
everybody wants it because all these freaks in their football jerseys show up and buy concessions and buy jerseys.
That's exactly what it is.
Foam fingers that they can jack off into.
It's a cash cow.
It's ridiculous.
Is what it is, and it's annoying. It's annoying, but yet we watch, and
I won't be.
I've
already stated it. I will not be.
Yes. I like I said, I will watch, but I will be flipping back and forth. Whereas before, I probably wouldn't have. This year in the NFL has really kind of stained me, and I've watched so much baseball still. Like from the moment spring training, World Baseball Classic, and opening week. Like I thought it was going to kind of dwindle down, and nope, I'm watching tons and tons and tons of baseball. I missed it. It so. And so
I will be tuning into baseball as soon as the NHL playoffs are over. I watched opening week. Mm-hmm. It's fun to watch opening day. Mm-hmm. First couple series, and then it's back to business. And then that'll be what I watch after that. NBA playoffs will be over too, and
it's always nice to just be able to have, it seems like and maybe it's because I have MLB.TV, but no matter what, there's a ball game on. I can watch it.
Yeah.
And that's cool to me.
That's how I feel about hockey.
You know what I mean? So I know I kind of want to do
recording right now, watching Nashville St. Louis, waiting for.
I kind of want to get NHL.TV next year.
You should.
I kind of want to do it, but here the problem with that is that
the Flames are at 10 o'clock.
The Flames are at 10 o'clock.
That's why I don't pay for the Giants. That's why I just borrow your password.
Yeah, I know. But you don't get the NHL.TV. You get
no. I get it right on DirecTV.
Right on DirecTV.
And I got a survey asking what sports I'd like to see in 4K, and I made a million mentions in my survey that I'd like to see NHL in 4K. Yeah. The NHL can get in 4K, and they get that package in 4K. Oh, forget about it. That's why the only reason I don't do that thing is because of
curling would be cool in 4K.
Yeah, it sure would be. It'd still be better than
see all the ice.
It'd still be better than Adrian Peterson.
Peterson sucks.
So yeah, I would.
You know what he will not be doing? He will not be running through.
The only reason I don't get the NHL .TV is because I worry about all this internet and net neutrality, and now that these cable companies have been kind of given the go ahead to kind of start capping people, and if I'm watching Netflix and then all of a sudden I'm watching the Pens game and it's like, oh, you're at your limit, and all of a sudden I start looking at it like I'm watching it on a dial-up connection, I'm not going to be happy about that. So, I don't know. I would rather have the TV version, MLB, if you buy it on the TV, it comes with MLB.TV, and I wish that NHL and other packages would do that. NFL does the same thing, but you have to pay extra, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Anything you want from the NFL is extra. You want the letters capitalized? That's going to be extra.
Yeah.
They have lowercase NFL stuff.
I really hope, and not to get too political here, because that could be more for Get Ready America if you want to join.
Fuck you, Jimmy Butler.
I really, 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 really hope that net neutrality, among many other things that are being signed into executive orders, I really, really hope that doesn't pass.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that it's not going to.
It's going to.
Yeah.
It's going to, because there's money to be made from it.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. In a long talk about what I've been doing, just to say that I've been watching hockey.
Punch that guy right in his fucking face.
Yeah. I mean, a gizzard. He's got that fat man gizzard going.
He's only done one good thing in this entire 98 days. Only one good thing. It's got to stop bothering me.
Yeah. I want to talk about that fucking guy again.
No, we're not going to talk about him at all. But that's it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of.
He's not done anything good for me.
Well, I will tell you this.
What have you been doing?
What have I been doing? I've been cleaning up my goddamn house for 2 weeks because, and I will tell you what, Joe and the guys from Corona Home Repair, guys are awesome.
Corona? Do they drink Coronas while they do it?
They do not, but I offered. And
they should.
But listen, everything about that, like when we bought our house, I did not realize how patched up things.
That's a really nice way of saying what it was.
Yes, I can't. I don't really want to go into the actual verbiage that I would like to say about this, but I didn't realize how poorly put together some of these quote unquote renovations were.
You better tell about my favorite.
There's been so many, and this bathroom is fresh in my mind.
I'll tell you what my favorite.
What was your favorite? Because I guarantee you this bathroom tops it.
It's from your bathroom. When you told me there was a wife beater tied around the pipe,
yes,
to slow down the leak.
But I haven't got there. So so first of all, like, you know, the floor linoleum,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
they just kind of like unroll and lay down and whatever.
Yeah,
that was what was all over the walls in the bathroom originally.
You're doing it wrong flat surface,
right? So of course. And inside the shower, too. They put it inside the shower. So, of course, something that's not made to get wet gets wet over the course of 4 years. What happens?
It splits,
mold, that type of stuff.
Mildew.
Whatever. It was super glued, like wood glue or something, onto the hardwood.
Wood glue?
Wood glue or something.
Oh, you know what they probably used? Liquid nails. Was it like brown?
Yeah.
Behind it?
Yeah.
And it was hard and
yes.
That's liquid nails.
Yes,
that's what you use for like putting like, you know, carpeting on a deck.
Yeah.
Things like that.
That's
not your shower wall with linoleum.
That's what they did. That's what they did.
What's the strongest thing I can use?
They ripped down the walls, okay? First thing that they noticed is the electrical. The electrical that was right by like where the faucet to the sink was like kind of just hanging there. It wasn't in a box, and it was, you know, like tied together with like electrical tape, just
suspended
right
in air.
there. He was like, "This could have been this could have caused a fire." You know what I mean? Like
it looked like the little hanging ball at the back of your throat.
He said, "We can't leave this here like this."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Clearly,
we have to put it. So of course, yes, obviously.
Did they cut it and cap it?
They took care of all of that.
All right.
So they did. So there was that. Then we weren't planning on getting a new ceiling or anything. We were going to keep the ceiling that was in there. But as they yanked off the last piece of the wall, half of the ceiling came down on them because the ceiling was not nailed to the boards up top there. Oh my God. It was just placed.
It was laying over top of the drywall.
Of the drywall. So
and linoleum.
We had absolutely no intention on replacing the ceiling until half of it came down on
That's not a bad fix, though. It's just sheetrock.
Yes.
Not a big deal.
Yes, I know. But still, you know. So that comes down. The other half of the ceiling, when they yank it down, bee's nest. Like a big like not just a bee's nest. It was a gigantic,
I will tell you,
monstrous bee's nest.
That is not uncommon. My ex-wife, her mom had a brand new condo built.
Okay.
And just this past year, I mean, that was a year old. Mm-hmm. They had to have someone come out because there was a bee's nest in their sunroom. It went into the ceiling and they were digging through the walls. So that's not totally uncommon, but kind of hilarious given the calamities that the rest of it's like, why the fuck not? Why not?
Exactly.
Why not have a bee's nest in
exactly.
here?
So now,
why don't you have one of those big cartoon clown hammers from Doink the Clown just like crush me on top of the head? Hey, you are doing a bathroom reno.
So, okay, ceiling, massive freaking bee's nest, all that
fire
shit goes
hazard
out there, right?
Linoleum.
Then they go and they take the tub out. This 700.
That has to be.
This 700-pound.
Was it cast iron
tub that 3 grown-ass men that were there were struggling taking out. So I had to get in there. I helped too. 4 of us were carrying this damn thing out.
Like you would have been better carrying a coffin with a body.
Exactly. And so finally, get that out, get into the dumpster. Okay, great. Finally, bathroom is demolished. Everything is gone. All of a sudden I hear, oh, this is interesting. And every time he said that, I'm like, oh shit, what now?
Wait, but like, where did you put the tub?
He comes out of the bathroom with the pole that was attached to the drain pipe from the bottom of the tub down through. And he comes out with it and he was like, you will not believe what was holding this together. And as you made mention, a freaking wife-beater shirt. So
he didn't even use a full shirt. He used a tank top.
A tank top.
It has more holes in it.
Tied together. So these people, when they did their shitty bathroom renovation before they sold the house, clearly knew that this was broken.
Right.
So now we had to get a new pipe, and they had to completely do, like, it just... What was supposed to be a 3-day project turned into a full week project.
Oof.
The dumpster's still sitting out in front of my house because apparently
So the tub went in the dumpster?
The tub went in the dumpster.
Okay, because I was wondering, I was like, well, the garbage man's going to show up and he's just got his guy on the back and the one guy driving, eating a Snickers bar. Like, hey, Randy, I need some help. This tub weighs a lot. And they're both like grunting and shitting their pants because they just can't pick the thing up. Both of them get hernias, out of work.
Oh, there we go.
Groin pulls, back pulls.
No, we got a dumpster. We threw that all in there. And
every week the garbage man comes and just knocks your garbage can over as they drive by in spite from now on. They're like, that asshole. It's like when you try to throw out a bowling ball. Like, you take the garbage can, there's a bowling ball. And what the fuck are you doing throwing a bowling ball away? Yeah, we got to dispose of this?
Yeah. So I mean, it was a nightmare. It's still, we're still not.
Is it done?
I will say it is about 95% done.
Well, what's left?
Everything that the guy did was, the new stuff is all in there. Everything is good. It's usable. The problem now lies. There's a leak still somewhere, and we think it's actually from where the new pipe connects to the old one.
Oh,
I think the old one is still, like, that whole rest of it needs to be replaced.
Well, that's not surprising because I've been in your house and I've had to change pipes and every one of them looks like they're, a day away from exploding.
So now we are using the toilet and the sink perfectly fine.
It's
usable.
The shower.
Nice. It's that quiet lid closing one,
Wait, it's got the hydraulic on it?
Yeah, you can't slam it down. It's just...
I need that because my kids, myself included, actually, like when it's late at night and I don't feel like bending down to fold the seat down because I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I got this little toilet down here and I'm like, I just get done pissing and I just whip the top of the thing and it just...
And it's like...
But my kids do it all the time. It's like, wow.
Well, yeah,
it's like, kids. Who can do it loudest?
They're kids. Kids do that.
Yeah, I want to get one of those.
But like... It's
bidet?
Like
bidet? Does it have a bidet?
A bidet.
A bidet?
What is that?
A little cold water splash instead of toilet paper. Just
no.
Sprays water in your ass, cleans you up.
No.
No, you need one of those.
Does not have
warm weather. Warm water. Clean your head up.
Okay.
You don't have to buy toilet paper.
Yeah, imagine that. But it's a quick flush system. It just goes down and then it's like 2 seconds and just all gone. And it's like it's a real super.
Oh, so you got like an airline bathroom when you're on the back of an airplane.
It's amazing. it's amazing. It's
like nice. Don't get anything too close to it and suck it right down.
Pretty much. So that's a cool thing. But the bathtub we use very sparingly right now. So we shower and everything down in the downstairs bathroom. That's obviously fine. But we're gonna have to, in order to fix that pipe, we have to take the ceiling off from the basement over the bar to into that. So
the contractors are doing that, right?
No.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yep.
When am I doing it? When am I going to get that phone call?
Soon.
So, hey, I was trying to adjust this pipe, and then the whole damn thing broke. Water's going everywhere. Dawn's screaming. The kids are crying. What are you doing? And I'd be like, I'm watching the Pens. After the Pens game, I'll come down and help you out.
And next week,
put a wife beater on it; it'll be fine.
and next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you my iPhone story.
But, yeah.
I miss iPhone already. But,
yeah, you should.
Oh well. Well,
sorry, all you poor people that enjoy your Android phones.
Yeah, I was there before, and I can't do it again. I'm sorry. I'm going freaking nuts, Brandon. But
yeah. I would be too.
Anyways, that's going to do it for us this week here on the Not Just Football Talk Weekly Podcast. We always invite you to use shopgear.com. Please use that. You're going to shop Amazon anyways. Please just use
Mother's Day is coming up.
Mother's Day is coming up.
Buy her something nice.
Yes.
Buy her a drone.
Buy her
nice $500 drone.
I thought you said droid. I was going to say no. Buy her
no, a drone.
Especially if your father's a dick like mine. but please use shopgear.com. That helps us out. Or go to gearnetwork.com/Amazon and click on any one of the promotional banners that are on there. That will take you right to Amazon, to your account. And you can go ahead and shop and save and help us along the way. And we would appreciate it. Brandon's got his arms up. Goal!
Saboka just tied it 3-3.
All right. Very good.
Blues.
Well, let's do this again, shall we?
We shall.
All right. Enjoy the draft, everybody. Enjoy the NHL playoffs this weekend. Brandon, good day to you, sir.
Good day to you.
So long, everybody. Good night now. Easter egg, Brandon. Easter egg. Hey. You're live.
What?
Easter egg.
Oh.
Good night now. The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.